What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are, Wildcard Wednesday, finishing the day up $10,000 on my 39th consecutive green day. We've got 2 days left for the month of May, only 2 more days for me to lock up a second consecutive no red month, which is really exciting. Now, the cool thing today, the 3 stocks I traded, ESEA, MRNS, and Hertz, HTZ, straight off the watch list, which I live stream for free every single morning right here on YouTube. So if you guys are not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you'll be able to watch me when I live stream every single morning. Starting at 9 a.m., I turn on the stream. I give you guys about 10 minutes to log in. Around 9:10, 9:15, I start breaking down the watch list. And today, EC, MRNS, and Hertz, those are the 3 that we had our eye on. So it's nice to have the profits come straight off the watch list. Now, it's not like that every day. Some days we have a watch list or there's actually not a lot that we like. And on those days, I end up watching my high day momentum scanners, looking for something to pop up and show a little bit of momentum, which is a little bit more like what we had yesterday. But today was one of those nice, fairly straightforward days. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoy the recap. And as always, remember, questions, comments, leave them down below. And don't forget, summer school starts on Monday. So if you have not already signed up during the Memorial Day weekend with our summer school sale coupon code, make sure you check out the link. It'll be right down there in the description to check out the summer school curriculum and program, which is starting a week from Monday. Well, a week from last Monday. So in like 4 or 5 days. All right. So that's the game plan. Enjoy the recap, and I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. All right, everyone, so we're going to do our midday market recap here. We'll go over the trades from this morning. Today is Wildcard Wednesday, another pretty nice green day, $10,214.84. Not really, I mean, kind of an interesting day because we haven't seen the best follow through today. But I was aggressive on pretty much everything I traded, actually. Why? Because it's Wednesday. And, you know, when you kind of get into a routine of doing well on a particular day of the week, it's going to make sense for you to be more aggressive on that day. And I was doing that for a while on Fridays. But Wednesdays have now really taken the lead. So this is year to date. Mondays, I've made $41,000, while on Wednesdays, I've made $149,000. And my $47,000 green day was actually on a Tuesday, which is kind of incredible because that one day contributes a lot. Now, I could go back to the beginning of last year, or even I could just go all the way back to 2016, and we can see over a longer period of time that Wednesdays still hold the most profit for me. So this is statistically significant, which is, why I'm going to be more aggressive now on Wednesdays. So, because I've got a little bit more profit on Wednesdays, now I'm going to be more aggressive on Wednesdays, which is only going to increase that profitability when it's hot. Although I do have the risk of having losses. Now today, the 3 stocks I traded, EC, MRSN, and Hertz, EC and Hertz were both off the watch list. MRSN was on the gap scanner, but it was a hard maybe. So today I really stuck with following my gap scan, which, as you can see, leading gapper was GRNQ. Second leading gapper was Hertz. Third leading gapper was EC. Fourth was MRSN. So the top 4, those are the ones that I was focused in on. So let's start with a review of, and I'll just move this out of the way here so you guys can still see. Oops, what's going on? All right, so I'll just put this down here for a second, or I'll put it right here at the halt, where the halt scanners usually are. All right, so make this bigger. Okay, there we go. And let me just check my CPU usage. Hang on one second. I seem to be getting a little bit of lag on my computer here. What's causing that? eSignal is using the most memory at the moment. But OBS is using quite a bit as well. Yeah, I do see that. Let me go check the settings on this. Custom resolution. Bring that down to 1080. Oops, that did not work super well. Hang on, sorry. I'll put that just back to default, and I'll play with that later. I'll just say default. Okay. All right. So in any case, leading gapper GRNQ. So GRNQ is the leading gapper this morning, and my feeling on it was that it doesn't look that great because it's below the volume weighted average price. It's already stair-stepping down, and basically the bell rang. It popped up for a second to the volume weighted average price, which was right around $1.80, and then from there it faded. So there really wasn't any good opportunity on this to the long side. The obvious entry, in fact, was a short below $1.50 on this flat bottom breakdown. But I can't short stocks in a retirement account, which is what I'm trading in right now. And the benefit is that I don't pay any income tax on this profit. That's $10,000 free and clear, no tax. Now, I can't touch it until retirement, but it's to me it makes sense to do it this way. So if I was going to short a stock, I have to give back basically 40% of my profit, top income brackets, 39% or something like that, plus state income tax. You're giving up 40% of your profit, which is going to be the case for anyone in the top income bracket. But it could even be higher depending on what state you're in. Some states like California are very high. Other states like Texas or Alaska are obviously very low in terms of state tax. But federal tax either way is going to get you. So no shorting in the retirement account. That's the rule for retirement accounts. So $10,000 trading alongside GRNQ, no trades. Next one down was Hertz. Now, Hertz is a stock that has just come out with news about bankruptcy filings, which obviously resulted in this significant drop from $2.85 down to a low yesterday of 40 cents. It bounced off that low all the way up to $1.47. This morning it was curling up, and my first entry was a long. I bought for the break of $1. It hit a high of $1.08 and then dropped back down under $1 to, I don't know, it was 95 cents or something. So I ended up stopping out of that for only 1 penny of profit. I bought 20,000 shares. So 1 penny of profit was $200. All right. I then got back in right here for the break over the highs. High a day break at $1.08. It squeezed up to $1.16 and got halted. I was holding 20,000 shares into the halt, up $1,200. It resumed, dropped to $1.05, popped back to $1.12. I sold it $1.11 for 1 cent of profit. Up. Total on 2 trades, $360. And then it pulled back here all the way back down to $1 before rallying and squeezing up to $1.49. So, I'm a little frustrated on it because I kind of had the right idea, but I was buying 1-minute breakouts. And in fact, it was the 5-minute breakout that was the cleanest. So actually, I said right here, but the trade was actually on the 1-minute chart, which was right here. That was my entry. That was my second entry at $1.08. I did not get back in here. And at this point, when it came back up here, I didn't really trust it because of what it had done here. And then on this pullback, I just thought, it's too extended and it's near the 200 moving average on the 5-minute chart. I'm going to leave it alone. So hindsight's 2020. I wish I'd held my 20,000 shares from $1 and made $10,000 just on Hertz, but I would have had to have been in at $1 and sold it high a day of $1.49, and I didn't get that. So that's okay. That's the way it sometimes goes. Gave it a couple tries, but didn't want to overstay my welcome. So the third one down was EC. Now, this is an interesting stock. It's a stock that many of us who've been trading for a while are going to be familiar with because it is a shipping stock. And shipping stocks back in 2017 did something historic. So let's pull our daily chart way back to 2017. That's 2019. I mean, this, honestly, that was pretty impressive as well. I'm discounting that, but that was 100% in one day. And the reason it's had these days where it's made some big moves, and even today, was a big move, although it didn't hold. All of these are tied back to the original move back here in 2017, from $8 to $64 a share. All right, that's insane. Now this is probably reverse split adjusted. It is DRYS. Now this is actually not trading anymore. But that's the one that went from about $4 a share to $115 over the course of just a couple days, which was absolutely outrageous. Here's another one back in 2017, tops from, again, reverse split, but you can see it went up like 400%. GLBS was another one. All of these shipping stocks went up on what we would call sympathy momentum. One started to rip and they all popped. And I mean, these were absolutely insane. This is, I actually have an entire section of the Warrior Pro classes dedicated to talking about that move in the dry shipping companies, the cargo shipping companies. They are, the cargo ships with the big boats, and they have all the cargo containers, et cetera, et cetera. It's going to take me too long to find it in the classes, but in any case, I have a whole section where we talk about it, and it's a combination. The setup there is a combination of true momentum on one stock that then results in sympathy momentum, FOMO on the others. So, in kind of a different example, let's think about my fish in the pond. Let's say they're starving. This was November of 2017. It had been a really slow 6 months of trading from like May until September. October started to pick up, and in November, all of a sudden, we got some absolutely crazy moves. Now I'm saying 2017, but actually, what year was this? This was 2016. It was still a slow summer, but it was 2016, not 17. Sorry about that. Anyways, so all of a sudden this one stock starts to squeeze up, open up, it goes crazy, and next thing you know, 3 others do too. So out in my koi pond with the fish, they get really, really hungry. You throw in a little bit of food, they all jump at it. You throw in another piece, they all jump at it. And now a couple of them have seen some other fish had, a nice meal, and now they've got FOMO. They all come swarming in, and all of a sudden, you have this just feeding frenzy happening. And that's essentially what happened on GLBS, EC, TOPS, SHIPS, DCIX, DRYS, and a few others. So this morning when EC was on the scanner, it was a familiar name. I was like, all right, 3.7 million share flow. It's had reverse splits. It's gapping up. But I'm a little cautious because it also has a history of popping and dropping. So let's see what the headline is. The headline is actually reports results for the quarter ending March 31st. So I'm like, okay, we've got a headline here, and it's not a bad one. Now, those of you who want to check out headlines, you can jump over here to, let's see, Warrior Trading, quote, and then, let's see, what is it? EC. All right, so we've got EC right here, and this will pull up the stock, and then we can search down to the news. All right, so right down here, we've got the headline, and you can see it right here. So you've got this headline, which was really what triggered it, and then there's a couple of Seeking Alpha articles, whatever. Okay, so as I saw that headline and realized it was decent, I had it up here. It hit a high of 4 pre-market. Now, could have actually bought the first pullback pre-market, but the volume was very light, and I was a little unsure about this. Yesterday was a slow day, as you might recall. I only made about I don't remember, it was $2,700. Friday was a slow day, $2,700 as well. So I thought, let's take it slow. I'd like to have another green day. I don't want to overstay my welcome. And So I probably shouldn't take a pre-market trade the way I did last week on Pixie. I think that might be a little too aggressive. So I didn't take a pre-market trade. It pops up to 415, it's pulling back, then up to 430. And so by the time the bell's ringing, it's already got a pre-market high of 450. Now the bell rings, and let's actually go to a 1 second chart just because it was, we'll do 10 seconds. So we'll look at a 10-second time frame here on this, and we'll look at the open. So what I said is I want to buy a dip off the volume weighted average price. All right, now it's a little bit of an aggressive trade because essentially I'm expecting it's going to sell off a little at the open, and I want to buy a dip. It actually opens at, let's see, 397. It dips to 391, and as I saw it dipping, I started hammering that buy button. I started pressing buy, 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 buy. All right. Now, I thought I was getting filled around $4, which would have been awesome. I was actually filled at 410. All right, so I'm in at 410. It rips up to 450, and what do? Now it's hitting the pre-market high. I have two choices: sell half or add. I added. I added for the break of the pre-market high because I'm in this at 410. I'm already up 40 cents. I added for the break of the pre-market high of 450. It squeezes up to 476. On the break of the $0.50 right here, I took some profit at 60 and 67 and held the rest going into the halt. It's then halted for 5 minutes. It opens, it dips for a second. I bought this dip right about here, and we'll go over the live trades for Warrior Pro students. I'll just pull them up here so I have them ready. And it pops up to 5, hits a high of 510. I throw out orders to try to take profit over 5, and none of my orders on the ask fill, which is not totally uncommon. I mean, trying to sell on the ask is certainly being aggressive, and sometimes your orders on the ask will fill, and sometimes they won't. So I ended up hitting the bid. So I had to sell at the bid price, which is obviously not great when you have a stock that has a bigger spread, which this had at the time. But, you know, it is what it is. So I sold at the bid. It drops down. I then did a dip trade off of the VWAP right here at 450. It pops back up to 470. I do another dip trade off of $4 right here. And then it kind of drops lower. All right, so as it's dropping lower, the next trade isn't until it comes back up right here for the break of the volume weighted average price. Okay, so we had trades through here, and we also had trades up in this area. It hit a high of about 430 before rolling over. Actually, it looks like 437, which was not too bad. It could have been a little bit better. So I was jumping in. I was being pretty aggressive on that one, and we'll review those trades, let's see, in my live trading archives for Warrior Pro students. Where is it? Well, I'll grab it in a second. All right, so that was EC. MRSN was the last one I traded, and I traded this for a break of the volume weighted average price, a break of the VWAP, a VWAP breakout trade, which is also a momentum strategy. The long was, let's see, it was right here. Okay, and this was the entry, 1430. It was actually just a little bit higher, 1430. There was some resistance in this area, so I was long at 1430 for the breakthrough VWAP. It hit a high of 1495. Little 1 minute pullback. I added for the break of 15, didn't work, dropped down. I was red on it. I bought the dip. It pops back up, cut some of the loss. Then it drops again. I bought the dip again off of 14, actually right down here. Pops back up to 1440. That got me basically back to break even on my ad. And then from there, I left it alone for a few minutes until all of a sudden, boom, it comes back up right here. And I'm long again for the break over 15, which was, well, first there was a trade here and then another trade here on these micro pullbacks for the pop over 15. I was hoping for a red to green and a squeeze back through 16, but we didn't get it. So that's fine. That's the way it is. Still a green day. Majority of the profit on EC. $7,000, $2,800 on MRSN, and $360 on Hertz. So, it was kind of trading a little bit, it seems like against the momentum today, because although Hertz is still holding up relatively well, and MRSN, these are green on the day. Let's see, EC is still up 34%, Hertz is up 114%, and MRSN is up 32%. So these are all green on the day, but, today was not... We didn't get the big home run trade that I might have liked. The best one, obviously, was EC on the dip entry. out of the gates bounce off VWAP at 410 for basically 75 cents a share as it squeezed up to 4.75 and then up to $5. But even then, I was hoping it might do a little bit more. 539 was daily resistance, and then it had room up to 582. So we didn't get that test at 582, which was a bummer, but a green day. And so where that puts me now on the month is, let's see. So this is wow, $2 million in gross profit. I just crossed the $2 million in gross profit mark since 2016. That's cool. So since 1/1/2017, which is when I started my small account challenge, I have now 1.75 in gross profit. That's awesome. And let's see, since May 1st, 2020, on the month of May right now, not including today's profits, 154 in gross profit, 74% accuracy, a 1.5 to 1 profit to loss ratio, a perfect 2 to 1, I would have $840 average winners. I'm not quite there, but I'm at 1.5 to 1, which is not bad. Biggest loser, 4,800. Biggest winner, 15,000. 4 minutes and 4 minutes for trades, pretty quick. Had a couple that were long holds through halts and stuff like that, and certainly some that have been faster. Best day of the week, actually for the month, is on Tuesday because I had that one $47,000 green day. But actually, you know what? Today is $10,000. So that's going to make Wednesday the best day because we don't have any more Tuesdays left in the month of May. So they'll be almost tied. So I'm going to be at 164 in gross profit after today's trades are imported, which will be tonight or tomorrow morning after the trades close. All right, so I will be back at it, as always, first thing tomorrow morning, live streaming our watch list. And I encourage those of you guys watching on YouTube to check out our summer school sales, which are going on right now. We're going to be starting summer school next Tuesday. All right, so that's going to be running, well, it's a summer school program. It's actually a 1-year-long program. We'll start, of course, June 1st with our classes, and then we'll continue from then through the month of June, July, August. Things will be fun during the summer to get some opportunities to work with you guys and study up. And then fall, hopefully we have a really strong fourth quarter this year, October, November, December, and we can really have some nice profits. So anyways, check out the summer school sales if you haven't already. All Warrior Pro students, you're going to be invited to join us. It'll be a fun class. We'll have some of the junior moderators hanging out during the classes as well. And I think it'll be a great opportunity for you guys to learn a little bit more about my strategy, even for those of you guys who have already gone through the classes once before. All right, so I hope you have a great rest of the day. Warrior Pro students, let's jump over to the Warrior Pro room. We will do our live trading archive review of EC and a few other stocks, and I'll do some Q&A. Hey, did you know every morning I go live to stream my pre-market watch list? Subscribe to the channel, press the alert button, and you'll get the notifications. And if you want to learn more about trading, check out the links in the description, and if you have questions, post them in the comments because I personally respond to every comment posted on my channel.